Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Shooting the Shit with Cody. Man, I was glad we finally got some work to do today. It's been super slow for us. Like, everything has been slow. We do garage doors and fences, and then we tell jokes and do comedy shows when we can. But everything has been slow. And I thought that I was ready for summer to be here.
It's hot.
Yes. And it didn't mess around this year. Like, one day, like, it teetered for a month. 60 to 75, back down to 65, up to 78. Like, it just teetered in there for a month. And then all of a sudden it was 88. I was like, oh, that's a huge jump. 75 to 88 is the difference between hot and cold. It's ridiculous. And then the next day, 94. The other day, somebody called me and they said, hey, make sure y'all are drinking plenty of water. The real feel is 106. Are you shitting me? Just out of nowhere.
Gotta love Oklahoma.
God, it was brutal. Brutal. I'll tell you, this is something I was going to talk about. Is in your dating career,
Okay.
we'll call it that. When you're dating, you've never since first date to however long you're together, dating wise, the male is never comfortable. The temperature is her temperature. You watch a movie, she lays her head on your arm. Or she lays on the couch and puts her head on your leg.
Can't spit.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got a dip in, you can't reach your spit cup, so you just sit there in silence the whole time. Ladies, your heads are so much heavier than you think they are. If your girlfriend is laying her head on your arm, it's only about 45 seconds in before your fingers are tingling. But you dare not move. Because you don't want to lose this sweet cuddle moment that you're having, so you just deal with it. You deal with a numb hand the entire time that you're dating.
And I hate that feeling, where it feels like that TV static feeling.
Yeah.
So, as soon as that starts happening, I'm slapping my hand, slapping my leg,
clapping your hands, trying to get the blood flow back. Yeah, or when she lays her head on your leg, the head, this heavy head that these ladies have, will cut off the circulation to your entire leg as well. It's brutal. It's brutal. Or if you're laying down and she lays her head, now her hair's on your face and it's tickling your nose and you're trying to blow it away so it's not tickling you. It's just, it's dating, relationships in general. Relationships are give and take. They're compromise. They're working together, all these things. But ladies, just keep this in mind. For all of the gentlemen that are out there, if you've ever cuddled up with your boyfriend to watch a movie or a show and you were comfortable the whole time, give him credit because he was uncomfortable the whole time. The whole time. His arm was asleep. His leg was asleep. Your hair was up his nose. Like, something was going on. He did not enjoy the movie. And 9 times out of 10, you picked the movie. It's not a movie he's interested in. And 5 minutes in, you fell asleep. Because you're comfortable. And he had to stay awake, uncomfortable, and watch a movie he had zero interest in.
Or if you got to use a bathroom.
Yeah, you just hold it. Because you don't want to ruin it.
No.
You don't want to ruin it. Now, I will say this. Y'all have it easier now because you still have one free hand. So if it's a movie you're not interested in, like, you can play on your phone or something. Like, once she crashes out, you can just start.
I forgot you're old. You were before smartphones.
Yes. Yeah. All of my dating career was before smartphones. Smartphones didn't come around until after I was married. So, yeah. Well, I just had to watch movies I had zero interest in because there was nowhere for me to go. There was no other distractions to go on.
You couldn't get up to twist the knobs on the TV?
Wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. We had remotes. But girlfriends are just like my grandpa. I remember my grandpa, he would... The Dallas Cowboys football game had to be on every Sunday. And he would fall asleep middle of the first quarter. And snoring sleep. It could be the middle of the third quarter and you turn the channel because he's not watching, and he will wake up and go, I was watching that. No, dude, you were snoring. There's no way you were watching it. Out. But catch on. Same thing with a girlfriend. She falls asleep on your lap while you're watching a movie that you've got no interest in, so you decide to change it. She'll go, all of a sudden she'll wake up and go, what happened? We were watching that. No. You were watching Eyelids. I was watching it, and it's no good. The movie you're making me watch is dumb. It's the dumbest movie you've ever had to watch. Due to a girlfriend. You don't know?
No, I play on my phone.
I had to watch The Notebook.
Never seen it.
Okay. Let me tell you something. I was glad that she was asleep because I started crying. It's a sad movie. I'm not ashamed. It's a sad movie. So I was glad that she was asleep because I was able to use my one free hand to wipe the tears away before she knew I was emotionally touched. Yeah.
What is The Notebook like? Why is it sad?
So basically it starts, there's Alzheimer's involved, and then it's like remembering. So it just keeps going back and forth. So it's... I would recommend it. I also would recommend that you watch it by yourself. That way, nobody sees you cry. Because I hate, I'm not ashamed. There's some movies that make me cry, make me tear up, but I don't like to watch them around other people. I'll admit that I cry to a movie. I just don't want to do it in front of anybody.
A movie that I absolutely love is I Am Legend. I cry every time he has to kill Sam.
Poor dog. If it had been his kid, you wouldn't have cried.
No. I watched a kid crash it in the first 5 minutes of the movie in the helicopter. Just held back a joke. You're welcome. And I'm like, get that little butterfly hand motion out of here. When that dog died, I'm like, oh.
Broken heart. It's crazy. But I definitely, in movies, have a weak spot when the pet dies.
That dog helped him through so much, too. It kept him kind of sane. It was the only living thing he had contact with.
Yeah.
And then he had to kill it. Oh.
All movies about pets. What's that movie about the girl soldier, and she comes back and she's got her dog that was deployed with her, and it's something Megan Livy, or it's like her name is the name of the movie.
Right. I don't know.
And then there's another one where the guy dies and the dog comes back, and his brother winds up adopting the dog.
That one's also tough.
Yeah. And man, anything with dogs. Anything with dogs. It's because everybody in the world loves dogs. If they made that movie with cats, nobody would give a shit. Because cats are worthless animals. And if you own a cat, you're odd. You're weird. Who wants a dog? You can teach it to do things. I can teach this dog to sit, lay down, roll over, play fetch, shake my hand, shit outside. A cat does not listen to you when you tell it to do something, shits in a box in your house, gets hair all over everything, and eats. That is a cat's life. A cat is the most snobby, stuck-up, nose in the air, tail in the air. If you call a cat because you're wanting to show it come here, you wanting to show it some love, it will turn its back to you so that all you see is its asshole as it walks away. That's cats. Why? Why do you even want cat? They're not affectionate. They're affectionate when they want to be.
They're soft.
They are soft. So are chinchillas. I would rather have a chinchilla than a cat. You remember when we went to that birthday party and they had all the animals there?
Yes.
That chinchilla was so soft.
I was scared to touch it at first because it looks like a big rat.
I understand why people have coats made out of them. It's super soft. Like, I'm not saying you should go out and just kill a bunch of them to make a coat, but if you got a bunch of them and they happen to die,
you'd have to kill a lot of them to make a coat.
Or one small coat.
Who's fitting that coat?
Just children. You just make...
Just pet your kid when he walks in the room.
It'd be crazy if luxurious coats and shit like that was only for kids because they only made small ones. So kids are walking around in these chinchilla fur coats and parents are walking around in regular old Carhartt. I guarantee you they probably make... That's ridiculous to me how much money people spend on their kids. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy your kids nice things, but I'm just saying, like
designer things?
Yeah.
Why are you buying a kid a Supreme shirt?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
A Supreme shirt?
Oh, the red
box?
Yeah. I don't that whole brand doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why anybody's buying that. It's a Hanes t-shirt that says Supreme on it and it's $75.
It's a name.
Where did it come from?
It's a skating brand.
Well, yeah, but it seems like has it been around for a while? Because it seems like it just blew up.
I don't know how long it's been.
I just what?
I don't get why it's so expensive.
They saw what I saw the deal. They were selling a Supreme hammer.
Yeah, they got like Supreme crowbars, Supreme bricks.
Yeah, crowbar. That's what I saw.
Have you seen the video where the people are in line for the crowbar?
How much was it?
I don't know how much it was.
Let's look. It's stupid.
There was...
Stupid.
I watched a video and a guy was walking up and down the street because people will line up. It's like when the new iPhone comes out. People will line up for this sledgehammer or whatever it is. And he's like, why do you want a crowbar that says Supreme on it? And the guy was like, I didn't even know it says Supreme. I just want a crowbar. What?
All right. Here's the 10 most expensive Supreme items in the world. Okay? Where's the list? Number 10. Most expensive...
Sopranos box logo tee. The only thing that's different is that the R is a pistol.
And it's just a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Just a t-shirt, and it's $5,000. That is stupid. And that's number 10. Number 9. Suitcases. 5,000. I'm assuming a piece? Or is it for like a set? Each one of those is a double set.
I would assume a piece. I don't know though.
And how is a t-shirt the same cost of nice luggage? Skateboard. $8,500. And that's just the deck.
Mm-hmm.
$8,500 for a deck. That's insane.
You think someone's skating on that? Or do you think that's like hanging up on a wall?
Dude. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if people bought it to actually use it. A guitar. Now it's a Fender Stratocaster, which I don't know anything about guitars, but that sound. I mean, I know that's a good brand. $9,500. Original Donald Trump T-shirt, $23,000 for a T-shirt. The curious thing about this model is that its creation date, 2003, when Donald Trump was only the eccentric and half-crazy real estate mogul, famous for his reality show. More than a decade later, just before the result of the presidential election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump was announced, the T-shirt had appreciated to $2,000. The next day, you can see it here. If you don't believe it, the T-shirt was valued at $23,000.
So in a day, it went from $2,000 to $23,000.
That's not even a good picture. Supreme basketball, $25,000. It's a regular Spalding basketball that says Supreme on it, $25,000. None of this is making sense to me. This is my people are paying that.
Mm-hmm. They buy the name.
Number 4, a pinball machine. $38,000.
How much is a normal pinball machine?
I have no idea. There's a pinball machine. Oh, you can get one for, like, the most expensive one right there is about $6,000. Or you can get one that says Supreme on it for $32,000 more. Stupid. Oh, here we go. A Louis Vuitton skate. They're abbreviating that. So it's the case and the board, but it's still just a deck. Louis Vuitton Supreme skateboard deck with carrying case. What is going on with this number here? Is it just supposed to? Is it just supposed to be 88,200?
All right, go to the next one. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So $88,200. Jesus, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, here we go. How about a Louis Vuitton teddy bear that's got a Supreme bandana and T-shirt on for $110,000?
What do you think number 1 is?
I don't know. The bear's $110,000. The I don't know. You got a guess?
For what the first one's going to be?
Yeah.
No clue.
I guarantee you it's going to be more than $110,000, and it's going to be stupid. Louis Vuitton trunk. So it's just a regular old trunk. It's got the Louis Vuitton logo on it and the Supreme logo on it, and it's $125,000. And it's not even filled with gold bars. Insane. Supreme and Louis Vuitton Molly Courier 90 trunk is currently the most expensive Supreme item in the world. The trunk was auctioned at Christie's auction house in 2017 and sold for $125,000. I would like to kick a hole in the side of that. Just walk up and kick a hole in the side of it and go, look, you paid $125,000 for something that's not even quality made. I want to look this thing over and find the Made in Taiwan sticker or Hecha in Mexico sticker. I guarantee you, not only is there not ever been a trunk in the world that was made that's worth $125,000, it's also guaranteed a piece of shit. It's cheaply made. They ordered it from Wish, did a complete wrap on it, and put the Louis Vuitton logo on it and the Supreme logo on it, and then turned around and sold it or auctioned it for $125,000.
Easy to make money.
Yeah, but you gotta find the idiots that are willing to pay that. And I'm telling, like, anybody that pays that is an idiot. Like, I don't care if I had a lot of money, if I was wealthy, not just rich, if I was wealthy. And to me, the difference is rich means you got a lot of money right now, but you still got to watch yourself because you can run out. Wealthy is like the Bezos and Gates and Musks of the world, who they can spend stupid amounts of money a day and never run out.
Right.
Okay? So that's my... If I were wealthy, I would own nice things. But I would not spend money on stupid things that don't make sense. I would rather, instead of spending $125,000 on a Supreme trunk, I would rather drive the streets until I found 2 little girls that had a lemonade stand set up, and I would pay $125,000 for a small paper cup of poorly made lemonade. I would rather do that.
Yeah, but you can't show that off.
Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit.
People that buy that do.
The people that buy that lay down in bed at night going, man, I hope everybody saw that I paid $125,000 for a Supreme trunk. Now they'll think I'm cool. If I paid $125,000 for a glass of shitty lemonade from two little girls on a curb, I would lay down in bed at night and go, I hope those kids are happy.
I'm a good person.
Yeah. Pat myself on the back, what a good guy I am. And I helped somebody else out. The people at Supreme obviously don't need the money because they've had thousands, hundreds, and millions of people spending stupid amount of money on stupid shit. And I guarantee, I'm telling you, I'd like to see somebody that's got a Supreme shirt so I can see the tag on the inside. It's got to be Hanes.
I know people.
That have Supreme shirts?
Yes.
How much were they? $5,000 for a t-shirt?
For that T-shirt. Not every T-shirt is $5,000. Just the normal.
What do you think? How much does a regular, normal Supreme t-shirt cost?
I don't know.
$100?
Maybe not even that. But still, you can go to Walmart, get a bag of Hanes shirts. Like $10?
Yeah, for a bag of them.
Yeah. One of those shirts are probably like $50.
Yeah. And I guarantee you it's all it is.
I know people that wear that stuff, so I can ask them.
I guarantee you it's a 50-50 blend t-shirt, which is the exact same thing as Hanes or Gildan or any of those.
I'm pretty sure it is Hanes. Like, it says Hanes on the tag.
The people of this world infuriate me over the stupid shit that they spend money on, and then complain about how the world is going. You're the problem. It's okay to buy yourself nice things. It's okay to wear nice shoes. It's okay to, it's like, and really when it comes right down to it, it's okay to spend your money on whatever you want. It's your money. As long as you earned it, you can spend it on whatever you want. But then don't complain about the way the rest of the world is going when you're one of those people who's blowing $125,000 on something that doesn't make sense.
What do you think they put in the trunk?
Nothing. It would have said if the trunk came with something.
No, I mean like those people, the people that bought it.
Or
you think it just sits at the foot of their bed?
No. That shit's sitting out in the living room where people can see it.
It's the coffee table?
Yeah. It's the coffee table in the living room that you're not allowed to put anything on because it costs $125,000. But it's stupid. I mean, even not at that level. Like we went down to. Hold on, we got to answer this phone call. Hello. You are lucky caller number 9. You're the winner. Well, I can't say it because we're recording right now, so I can't say what your prize is. That would be inappropriate, but I would be more than happy to give it to you when you get home. All right, I love you. Be careful. All right, bye. It was my wife. It was your mom. Don't you think I was talking crazy?
Who your wife is.
Don't you think I was talking crazy to somebody else? What was I saying?
I don't know.
Thanks for paying attention.
One in one ear, out the other? Is that the saying?
That is the saying, and it bothers me that it took you a while to get it out. It's a very common saying, and been around for a long time.
I'm not one of the brightest.
I was complaining about people spending stupid money on stuff.
Yes.
Oh, so not too long ago, like your mom and I, we go down, we're in Fort Worth, and we're just hanging, we went down there for a concert, we were hanging out in the old Fort Worth Stockyards area, which they've got all these different kinds of stores and shops that you can go into. And there's a furniture store down there. And I know that I can't afford anything in this furniture store. But I like going into those stores because 90% of the time, the stuff that they have in there for a ridiculous price is something that we can build.
Right.
I mean, I can't build a couch. I probably could figure it out. But anyway. But I like to go in there and sit on the couch and get a feel for it and see how comfortable it is, and then take a guess at what I think that they're charging for it just to see how close I am. And there was a couch. It was a nice couch. It was one of the L-shaped sectionals. They had kind of like the lounger on one end, and then the other end had a recliner in it. And it had some of the cowhide stuff on the headrests of the couch, but not the full length, just on some of it. It was a leather couch, and it was nice. It was a very nice couch. And I was like, oh man, I guarantee you they want like $8,000 or $9,000 for this. So I walk to the end and I find the price tag, and it was $18,000 for this couch. What? Why?
Did they build it before COVID?
I mean, yeah, this was pre-COVID. But no, it was during COVID. It's like that was the first concert that we went to after COVID. So it was probably built before COVID. Now, could you imagine how much it costs since cost of materials is so high?
100,000
Probably.
just for the wood.
Yeah, just for the wood frame. It's crazy. This is my Big Truck Street Tacos cup. They are not a sponsor, but if you'd like to. That was my cheap
plug that you're not getting paid for.
Yeah. That was my cheap attempt at picking up new sponsors. Right now, the only two businesses that sponsor this podcast is my own clothing, and then I also throw in the guy who makes my clothing. So there are no paid sponsors for this podcast. Everything is free. We do shit for free around here. Do stuff for free. I should try to cut back on the cussing.
How long is this video?
This currently we're at 26 minutes.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. How long does it? I record this stuff and put it on YouTube, and I know nothing about YouTube.
I don't know how long you're supposed to wait till cuss.
Yeah.
But I know you're not supposed to cuss in the first few minutes.
Oh, okay. Have I cussed before this? Was that my first cuss word?
I don't know.
I'm sure I've cussed before this. I cuss all the time and don't realize that I've cussed. Because your mom will be like, watch your mouth. And I'm like, what'd I say? I didn't even realize I said it. She goes, we're in church and you said it's fucking hot. Well, then you turn on the air conditioning. Act like y'all can't pay the electric bill in here. We put money in that plate every week. I'm just kidding. I don't go. I don't go because, yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about religion.
Okay.
That's a safe subject. No, I don't care. I've always said, I used to make jokes about it all the time, but it's kind of true. I consider myself to be a Christian. I'm just not good at it. You know, I'm a under construction Christian. You know, there's still a lot of work to be done. But I don't attend church regularly because I am also a firm believer that if I want to talk to God, I can do it while I'm mowing the lawn, or I can do it before I go to bed at night, or I can do it while I'm during a commercial break of, you know, a TV show. Like, I don't have to go to a special building that expects me to pay them for me to have a relationship with God. And it bothers me when I see these people, these preachers and pastors and whatever they call themselves, who have devoted their life to God. And that is their life's work, is to get the word out to the people and make Jesus Christ their Savior and give their life to Him. But they can't do that job unless they're driving a Cadillac or a Lexus or, you know, a fancy car and live in a very large, big fancy house. That's the stuff that bothers me. And there's one in particular, and I used a job that I used to have a long time ago. We went and did work at this house, and it was a mansion.
Is it the one in Texas?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about in Texas, though?
Are you
the guy
talking?
that wrote the book?
Are you talking about Olstein guy?
I don't know his name.
Yeah, the guy who has humongous property.
Yeah, it's all gated or fenced off.
Oh, I'm sure. Because he has to protect himself from the people that he's ripping off. Anyway, the house I did, this was in Lawton.
Huh.
And this house is a mansion. It is ridiculous. The guest house was nicer than our house and bigger. And it backs up to a lake, a private lake. It's gated, just a phenomenal house. It really is a beautiful house. And he drove a fancy car, and his wife drove a fancy car. So then I'm talking to the people that I'm working for, And I'm like, dang, like, what does this guy do? Is he a lawyer? Is he a doctor? No. He's a preacher at one of the big churches in town. What's his wife do? She doesn't. She's a stay-at-home mom.
She attends church.
Nothing against stay-at-home moms. It's a tough job. I would not trade for anything. But you're a preacher in a church. That is your only job. And you can afford a mansion? Come on.
They don't got to pay taxes.
Come on. Ridiculous. You can't, like, that's not right. Now, I'm not saying that I think that preachers and pastors should live in rundown shacks or nothing. And I don't have a problem. I've always thought, like, I've gone to several churches where the church owned a parish. So the church owned a house that, you know, because sometimes preachers move around. And, you know, hey, we're going to move down here and we're going to go to work at this church for a while. And they'll kind of rotate through or whatever. So, but the church owns this house, and that's where the preacher and his family live. So they don't have any expenses because the church owns the house and pays the bills on it. I don't have a problem with that. But if you're making enough money off of the church for being a preacher to afford a mansion, that's not right. That's not right. I don't, and and those are the types of things that make me go, I'm not going there. There's no reason that I need to donate money to a building to help this guy own a mansion so that I can have a relationship with God. That's not the way it works. And it upsets me very much that is the case in a lot of instances. And I think Scientology is stupid. I'm just going to throw that in there. L. Ron Hubbard was a weirdo and a drunk, and maybe he was a good science fiction book writer. I don't know. I have not read his book. And then he said, hey, this is a religion. And people jumped on board like it was a great idea. And now they have their own laws, and they have jails where people have gotten in trouble through the church. They get locked up in jail. I mean, watch the what's her name? Leah Remini or whatever, the lady from King of Queens, that TV show, and there's a Netflix special where she talks about getting away from the Scientology church and all the things that she went through and the death threats and all that because she was exposing them. So, yeah, craziness.
I'm real nosy when it comes to Scientology because it's a fake religion, and they get away with way too much.
Yeah.
So I started Googling it one day just to be nosy.
Mm-hmm.
And I go onto their website. They swear up and down they're the nicest people on this planet. They're helping everybody out.
Yeah. They're helping Tom Cruise.
And they have this little Q&A section where people like me and you can go on there and ask questions and they'll answer it. And there's some brutal questions.
Did you ask? Did you?
No, I didn't ask anything.
Yeah, because I wind up on their mailing list.
Yeah, I don't need a hit on me.
Yeah.
But there's like, how many people have y'all killed? Like, people are ballsy on the other side of a keyboard.
Yeah.
But they're like, nobody. Everybody in our facility is happy and blissful all the time.
Anybody that uses the word blissful, I automatically call bullshit. Nobody uses that word. And I don't damn all other religions. Like, I'm not that person.
I'm super open-minded about every religion.
Yeah. Except that one.
Because I was born in America, mostly Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I believe in.
That's what you were taught.
Right. So I'm not going to go tell this guy that was born Jewish that you're wrong because what your parents taught you isn't right.
Right.
I'm not going to say that to them. For all I know, they are right. And I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what they were taught. So I'm not going to say no. Nope. Scientology? An alien came down and shot a nuke? He's a science fiction
But we didn't hear about it until the 70s. I'm the same way. And I'm okay with that same mentality as far as, hey, that's what they were taught growing up. That's what they believe. Who am I to say that their parents are wrong and my parents are right? Just like I believe that they shouldn't tell me my parents were wrong.
Right.
So same. But I also believe that for the most part, most religions, the stories are different, but they're teaching the same thing.
Right.
Be good to your fellow man. Don't steal.
Be a good person.
Yeah, be a good person. And at the same time, on the other side of the same coin, there are extremists from every religion. So,
Right.
some guys hijacked an airplane and run it into our towers because they were extremists. You can't blame the entire Muslim nation for what those two guys did, or what those few, however many there was, those few guys, what they did, because they were extremists. There's also a guy who drove a Ryder moving truck in the front of the Oklahoma State Federal Building and blew it up, who was a Christian, but he was an extremist. So there's good and bad to all of them, just like with everything else. Just like with everything else, there's good and bad to all of it. Same with with the climate right now with police officers and.
Right.
They talk about defunding the police and all this stuff. Man, there's some bad cops out there, no doubt. There's some cops that have done some horrible things, and they should go to prison for those things. But for the most part, most cops are good guys and women, good guys and women. I mean, they do what's best for their community. They took the job, and they took the oath, and they took it serious. And there's a few of them that took the job, and they took the oath to abuse it. There's good and bad to everything. But I always am going to be a believer that the good outweighs the bad. You just don't hear about the good as often.
Because the good doesn't get attention.
Right.
The good doesn't get views.
That's right. Just like, was that last year or year before? Did you take video of that cop that was playing basketball with the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I posted that and blasted it everywhere because that's awesome. Especially a town like Lawton where things are hot, man. You never know. Something could pop off at any time. People need to see, hey, look at these cops. They're out patrolling the neighborhoods. They saw some little kids out in the street playing basketball, and they stopped and shot hoops with them. That's awesome. That stuff doesn't get enough spotlight. The only thing that gets spotlight is when somebody does something wrong. And I don't think not every police shooting is based on race. If the guy was doing something wrong or threatened a police officer's life and he shot him, it doesn't matter what color they are. If this guy was doing something wrong and threatened the cop's life and the cop shot him, he was breaking the law. He was doing something that was life-threatening to other people. Doesn't matter what color they are. And I know that happens regularly. Unfortunately, that is an instance that happens a lot. But you only hear about the ones where the police officer and the other person involved are of different races.
Yes.
That's what bothers me. You don't hear about when a black officer shoots a black man or a white officer shoots a white man. You only hear about it when the races are different. And it's just, man, people just try to stir shit. There's the media and people in general and every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's got a cell phone nowadays that thinks that they're a reporter. That all that is, all social media and news stations are it's a giant stick to stir the shit pot with. That's all it is. I hate it. We're better than that, people. Let's talk about something a little lighter. I feel like maybe I was getting out of hand there. I don't know, but man, I reached out to a guy that I got to work with in the past, Dustin Sims, and he'd sent me his number and said if there's anything you could ever do to holler at me, and I always try not to, because I've had people do that in the past. I try not to because I don't ever want them to. Like, I feel like they're doing it just to be nice.
Right.
So I don't ever want to use that card, So I just keep it. But then today I was like, well, what I've got to ask him, I don't feel like it's not anything that's going to put him out. I'm not asking him for a favor. Just asked him for some advice, and he responded back fairly quickly, gave me some good advice, sincere advice, and I really appreciate it. So I appreciate Dustin for Dustin Sims, comedian from Alabama who I got to work with when he came and did a show here in Oklahoma. Great guy, great comedian, very funny. If you don't already follow him, you need to go check him out. Funny dude. And if he's ever anywhere close to you, you need to go see him because he puts on a great show. So, Dustin, I appreciate that. And really what I was asking him about is how do you expand and grow your social media following, your followers and stuff, whether it be your YouTube channel, your Facebook, Instagram, all these things. And then basically his advice was you just got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it and you got to be consistent, which seems like oversimplified advice, but there's really not much more to it than that. And then it's one of those things, like a lot of times people will give you advice and in your mind you're like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But then when they give you an example of why, it makes a lot more sense. And it gives more meat to their explanation, and basically what he explained was, think about it, when you go on YouTube and you come across somebody and you wind up liking them, what's the first thing you do? You go and look for more of them. He said, so that's what you got to do. You just got to keep putting it out there so that people will have more opportunities to see it, and then they will go back and start looking for your older stuff. And then he said you'll kind of start seeing those numbers, trickle down through all your old stuff, and then all of it will grow. And then, obviously the ultimate goal is that it turns into a snowball effect, and you wind up with, all that you want and can stand. So he gave good advice, and I appreciated it. I really did. So that's something that we're going to be working on. Cody and I are going to keep plugging away at this, and we'll keep posting stuff and telling stories and talking about nonsense and getting off track, and because that's what we do. Both of us have attention deficit disorder. I'm pretty sure neither one of us ever been tested, but I do know that neither one of us can stay on topic, and we're kin, so it's a really good chance that if one of us has got something, the other one probably got it. The only thing you didn't get from me is a receding hairline. You need to thank your grandpa for that. You got your hair from your grandpa. I got my hair from your other grandpa, who don't have none. My hair, I was afraid it was going to turn gray and it's going to be white-headed, but it didn't turn gray. It just turned loose. True story.
You got
True
sad.
Story. Yeah. Man, we went from a deep, serious conversation about religion, and now we're talking about the sadness of losing your hair. Anyway, so that's going to be it for today, guys. So if we learned anything today, it's don't shit on other people's religions unless it's Scientology, and then who cares about them. Ladies, keep in mind that if you're comfortable through a movie, it means that your boyfriend is not.
I forgot we talked about that.
Yeah. Be nice to your neighbors. And if you've got good hair, thank the relatives that are responsible for that. I think that's just about it. Is that it? All right, guys. Man, I appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Feel free to share all of our videos at one time. Like, just saturate somebody else's page with it. That'd be great. They're either going to like it or they're going to hate it. But either way, they'll know who we are. And that's our goal. I'm Matt. It's Cody, and it's been Shooting the Shit with Cody.